What's up, guys? I'm here today with Ransom and his 89 BMW E30 with the 4.4 V8 from a 7 Series, which makes it a...
So it's a 4.4 bottom end with 4-liter heads, so it makes it a high compression 4.4.
Okay. What made you get into cars? What made you buy this car? When did you buy it? Why? How? Explain that part.
Ever since I was like probably 5, I've always had like car posters. Always loved cars. And then went until I was 13 that I bought this car, which I got for $900 with money I saved up from cutting the yard.
Okay. How'd you learn to work on cars? Because these cars come stock with the 4-cylinder. Is that correct?
This is a 6-cylinder.
6-cylinder. What is it? A 320?
Yeah, 325.
325i.
So okay. A little single cam 6-cylinder.
Single cam 6-cylinder.
Which is fairly easy to work on. Good engine to learn.
Okay. How'd you learn to specifically work on this engine? Was it the internet? Was it manuals?
Yeah. So I did have a big Bentley repair manual, which I would read like the Bible. I always follow every step. Started with looking up how to change your oil, and then went to valve adjustments and doing other things with the car.
So given that this is a 4.4 V8, it's obviously not stock. What made you put a 4.4 into a car that started with the inline 6?
Well, it's just something I love about V8s. I always loved V8s, and I've always seen builds of Miatas with LSs in them, like he needs to do to his.
I have a Miata.
Yeah.
And he wants to buy it from me in the future and put an LS1 in it and do some crazy stuff I don't know how to do, but he does, and he wants to do it.
I just love the idea of putting a big V8 into a little car.
Okay. How long did this take, and where'd you learn?
Well, so this is the second V8 that's been in it. The first one was the 4-liter.
There's been 2 V8s in it.
Yeah.
It was a 4-liter at the beginning.
That's the one that started everything. I put that in when I was 16.
He put a V8 in this car when he was 16 years old.
Yeah, it was a long learning process.
How long did it take?
I took the stock engine out on New Year's.
On New Year's.
And I had it running by like May and driving by July.
That's not bad for the first time. Where'd you get money to do all these crazy activities? Because it's not cheap.
I did work a lot as a busboy.
So you were a busboy.
And just buying and selling stuff, parts.
Buying low, selling high?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Yeah, I had another one of these that I flipped during that time.
So we've talked about all the boring stuff. Where he got it, when he got it, how, why, what he's done to it. Now we're going to get into actually showing y'all the actual engine he's put into this incredible build. Okay, so here's the engine we've been waiting to look at. Tell me about where everything is, what certain things do. Some people don't understand like what these reservoirs are.
Yeah.
And just certain things look different.
As you can see, it's a pretty tight fit. A lot of stuff's been moved around. I did shave a lot of stuff and deleted stuff. There was a washer fluid reservoir over there, and that was the battery tray.
Battery used to be here.
Yeah.
Okay. What are these reservoirs?
So, where the brake booster used to be, there's now a cylinder head. So that meant no power brakes. So these are reservoirs for the manual brakes, which are under the dashboard. Okay.
And down here is that oil catch?
Yeah, oil catch can, and that's the oil filter.
Okay. Do oil catch? Do they work?
Yes, they do.
They do.
And I have a video on my channel showing that.
Okay. What is your channel?
BangShift Garage.
BangShift Garage. Just spell it out.
BangShift. BangShift. BangShift
Garage. He'll talk about. Do they work? How they work? Which ones to buy? Which ones to stay away from?
I would highly recommend oil catch can.
Yeah, how to recommend? Okay. And then here he has replaced his where oil filter would be. Is now.
Yeah. So normally it's actually attached right here, but this hose obviously had to go there. So this one's been relocated over here.
Okay. You got your relays.
Yes.
Washer.
Still stock fuse box that didn't move. I did not want to mess.
What does this do, bros? Add horsepower, bro?
That's where all the power comes from.
Alright, he's got a hot air intake on his car.
That's right.
It actually
The sounds it makes over
It makes race car noises.
Yeah.
That's all it does. It actually decreases power, but it's cool. What kind of radiator is this?
This is a Mishimoto radiator.
Mishimoto?
Mishimoto.
Okay.
This is an awesome radiator.
Aluminum racing.
Yeah, it's an aluminum.
Lightweight.
This is from a M Coupe. That's like a 99. Looks like clown shoe.
Okay.
But yeah, it's awesome because it's a lifetime radiator. No matter
Lifetime radiator from Mishimoto.
No matter how it breaks, I get a new one.
If you crash it, you get a new one?
Yeah, if you can get an fender bender, they'll send you a new one.
Right on.
It's pretty awesome.
So, since you converted from a 6-cylinder to a V8, you obviously had to do something with the underbody, with the transmission.
Yeah. So, from the factory, all these cars came with 5 speeds, but I felt like with a V8, you just have to have a 6-speed with it.
You got a short shifter in there?
So, yes, there is. It's a pretty race car shifter.
A race car shifter?
Yeah, very notchy. But,
anything else performance-wise? Bigger clutch, lighter, heavier?
It's got a stage 2 clutch in it, like
Okay.
a flywheel. So,
Okay, is it tuned?
right now it's on factory tuning,
Factory tune.
as of now.
Alright, so here, this is the interior of the vehicle. It's got a short shifter.
Yeah, this is an 8 kg shifter. Very short.
It's pretty short. Do you have a quick release, short hub? What's
No,
steering wheel?
steering wheel's fixed on there. This is a renowned steering wheel.
Oh, there's a spider right here. Can you see it? Spider.
That shows how much I drive this car.
Spider. Yeah. Okay, so you got Recaro racing bucket seats that are leather.
Yeah, these are.
It's really nice.
SRDs from a Supra, I believe.
The Supra.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the seats came out of a Supra. All leather, all around, all black, aftermarket.
Yes, this car originally had tan cloth interior in it, and I just liked red on black. So
Door panels and all.
yes, I swapped everything.
I see you've done something with the sound system. Is it aftermarket?
Yeah, it does have a sub box and some amps.
Okay.
Pretty good setup.
Well, let's check that out. You have so you have a capacitor and 2 amps, one running to the sub, one running to the speakers.
Yep.
How many watts is it pushing?
The speakers are 400 and it's a 600 amp sub.
Okay, that's not bad for a little E30.
Yeah.
So I see you've relocated your battery to the trunk. Wait, no, that's not relocated. Most of them.
Yeah, on the convertibles they're up front, but on these they're in the back.
Bigger battery.
Yeah.
Aftermarket? No, dude, sick! Whatever. Aftermarket battery! So now we're going to show y'all.
So this sub box is actually made by a guy in the forums that makes them just for these cars. And it conveniently puts the sub right there.
Right there. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but
yeah,
it's honestly really smart.
Yeah, it works pretty well.
I see you have a tow hook. So I see you have a trailer hitch here. What have you towed on it?
This is my tow rig. I don't have a truck. I've got a big pig cooker I tow my trailer with the 4-wheeler on it. Towed a lot of stuff with this car.
And what trailer did you use?
I used Josh's trailer a couple times.
That's me.
Yeah, that's his trailer.
You want to buy it?
Maybe.
Let's talk about the suspension. And I don't know, do you have aftermarket brakes? I see there's aftermarket wheels, track tires possibly.
So I actually put pretty cheap tires on this thing because I like to just go through them, and I like spinning tires. So I don't have a nice set of tires, but the suspension, it is lowered on some lowering springs and some Bilstein shocks, and every bushing's replaced.
And I believe you're putting bigger brakes on here?
Yes.
You want to show us those?
Yeah, so these are brakes from an E46 M3.
E46 M3.
So the car will be going 5-lug as well.
So he's going to switch it to a 5-lug. It now is a 4-lug.
These are going to be a little larger.
Just a tad bit, you know, just a little bit.
So that's next for the car.
Let's take a look at this brake. I want to see the caliper.
Let's see. I believe this is the front.
Jesus, dude.
Yes, they're pretty large. They're single piston. But
Do you have a normal caliper to compare?
Actually, I don't know if I do.
No, maybe not. But well, y'all can tell those are going to be some serious brakes. But with the V8, you gotta have big brakes for stopping power.
Yeah, you can make the car fast. You gotta be able to make it stop too.
So that concludes the video. Tomorrow is actually Cars and Coffee, which is the first of every month.
Yep.
And we'll be rolling to that early in the morning. I think, what, 9 a.m.?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Jeez, that is early. So tomorrow should have an edit out of this car rolling to the meet, rolling back from the meet, and then we'll get some extra shots of cool builds, crazy builds at the meet.
Yeah,
and stay tuned to that. If you like this video, like and subscribe. I'm out.